In the 3rd century BC, a young man from the ancient Semitic city-state of Carthage, present-day Tunisia, was born who would someday emerge as one of the most brilliant tactical military minds the world has ever witnessed. His name was Hannibal Barca, and he grew up swearing an eternal blood oath of hatred towards Carthage's ancestral enemy, the overwhelming power of Rome. From a very early age, Hannibal's father Hannibal Barca, a famous Carthaginian military leader himself, recognized his son's sharp intellect and thirst for studying the finer points of strategic warfare. With Rome and Carthage perpetually vying for total supremacy over the Mediterranean world, it was crucial to groom a military prodigy to confront the perpetually looming Roman legions. By his late 20s, the ambitious and uncompromising Hannibal had assumed command of Carthage's forces in Spain following his father's death in battle. It was there he began carefully plotting and amassing the personnel and supplies required to fulfill the destiny he had sworn as a child, leading an invasion force to violently humble and subjugate the arrogant Romans on their own Italian peninsula homeland. Into 18 BC, Hannibal made his legendary move, traversing the Pyrenees and leading a massive army of 90,000 infantry, 12,000 cavalry, and most improbably, 37 elephants, on an epic 1,500-mile overland journey across the Alps and into the heart of the Roman Empire. Though his force was battered after the grueling 15-day, high-altitude elephant crossing, Hannibal's surprise arrival on Roman soil created shockwaves of terror and humiliation. Facing his army was nothing short of Rome's greatest nightmare. Over the next 15 years, from 218 to 203 BC, Hannibal's brilliant leadership against vastly larger Roman armies repeatedly proved the superiority of his innovative tactics. At Cannae into 16 BC, he encircled and massacred over 50,000 Roman troops in what became the single greatest battlefield defeat in military history to that point. But despite a string of stunning victories in Italy itself, Rome ultimately refused to surrender, and severe losses back home eventually depleted Hannibal's army and supplies in the field. In 203 BC, he was finally recalled to Carthage to mount a defense against the invasion, led by Scipio the Elder, Rome's first great military champion. Though defeated in the final battle at Zama in 202 BC, Hannibal had displayed a stunning brilliance that humiliated Roman legions for over a decade and left an indelible mark on warfare and military strategy for generations to come. His masterful use of envelopment maneuvers, cavalry forces, and above all, surprising audacity, kept him unbeaten for 15 years, invading and wreaking havoc across the very heart of the empire. As he grew old, Roman parents would still whisper his name to frighten misbehaving children. Hannibal's jaw-dropping journey over the Alps and string of tactical masterpieces remain some of the greatest achievements ever accomplished on the battlefield by sheer genius and force of will. He had proven himself for all time as both Rome's eternal nemesis and one of history's most revered military masterminds.